Hello guys and welcome back. This is the last video of the video series which we are dedicatedly following, that is completing AutoCAD from the basics to the advanced part so that you can go and work in the industry. So in this last video, this is not about training, this is not about teaching this particular video. This is all about completing the previous assignment, because here in the previous assignment I have asked you to create this kind of a title block or this kind of a template using which we can actually create final printouts and final designs for our drawing. So let's see how we can actually make one, and in this video I'll be explaining you how to make that particular template. So for that I need to start with a new drawing. Now if you haven't watched the previous video in which I have already explained how to make a template itself, then you can go and watch the previous video and then you can come back to watch this video. Now first of all, what I'm doing is, here I'm creating a text style. Okay, so for text style the command is st enter, and here I'm creating a new text style that will be only for the template. So I'll say sheet, the name of the style will be sheet, and then I'm choosing a font style here. I'm choosing apply and close. Now I'm going to the layout tab. Okay, I'm right clicking on the layout tab and going for page setup manager. Now here in page setup manager I'm clicking on modify, and here I'm choosing, I want to have this layout to by default do this particular thing for me. So that is, it should convert it to a PDF, that is AutoCAD to high quality print. And then here I want it to have let's say ISO full bleed A4. That is the size I'm looking for. Okay, apart from that, it should be a landscape format printout, and it should also print the object line weight. It should not follow any plot style. Okay, so here I'll click OK. Here I'll click on close. Okay, now in the previous video I've already explained how to get the borders and all. Okay, for that again I'll explain. We need to delete the existing viewport. We need to press MV enter and select this option called fit to create a viewport fitting the paper size. Okay, now it might be little different in your case, but always follow the viewport itself. Okay, if it is slightly smaller, slightly bigger, it will not be obviously bigger, but yeah, smaller than this, then follow the viewport size. Now because this is the viewport, not the object itself, we need to mark it using line. So I'm creating a line exactly at this corner. I'm pressing escape, then creating a line exactly at this corner, then again pressing escape. Now I'm deleting the viewport itself. Now once I have deleted my viewport, now I can use my rectangle command to create a rectangle like this. Okay, to create a rectangle like this. Now what I want is, everything what I'm creating right now should be in a particular layer, which will be, let's say, a sheet layer. So for that what I'm doing is, I'm going to layers and I'm creating a new layer called sheet template. Okay, and here I don't need to define any particular color or anything like that. I just need to activate this layer, sheet template layer. I need to make sure this object is also in the sheet template layer. By the way, if you haven't watched the video which is related to layers, you can also go ahead and watch that. This is all for the new users or new people who are watching this particular video. Now, after creating the rectangle, I can go to the offset command, and let's say I want to create an offset of 4. So here I'm entering the offset of 4 and I'm taking the offset inside. Okay, so this is how I'm offsetting this particular rectangle to create my border. Now I want some markings, some names on the border. So what I'm doing first of all is, I'm creating a vertical line from this midpoint to that midpoint. So here I've created a vertical line from this midpoint to that midpoint. Same way, I'll again create one vertical line from, let's say, this midpoint to this midpoint. So I created two vertical lines here. Now the best part is, anytime I don't want any of these, I can just simply hide my sheet template layer and automatically everything will be hidden. Now I'm using the copy command, CO enter. I'm selecting this first vertical line, enter. Then the base point can be anywhere. Now I'm activating ortho by pressing F8. And now I'm creating this copies here. So for example, here I'm creating a copy at a distance of 30, then 60, then 90, then let's say 120. This is the last one I want. Okay, same way, again I'm doing CO enter copy, selecting this smaller horizontal line, pressing enter, specifying the point and creating a copy, let's say at a distance of 30. I know there are easier options to do this, okay, but I'm using the more generic way. Okay, 60. Okay, so this is what copies I want over here. Now apart from the copies, apart from all this, I need to write some text here. Now for writing the text, I'm first of all creating a line from this midpoint to this midpoint. Now for writing a text, I'm going for single line text command, that is by pressing DT enter. Okay, so by pressing DT enter, I can go for the single line text command. Now I can go to justification so that I can control the justification, and I can choose the middle justification. Now in order to understand this command properly, you can also go ahead and watch the video related to text. Okay, so here I'm selecting the middle justification and I'm specifying the middle justification over here. So that is this particular point. Now I want my text height to be 3. So here I'm entering the text height of 3. I want the angle of 0 and I want my text to write A. So here I am typing A and then pressing double enter to exit. Now I can delete this particular line which is connecting that. Okay, and I can repeat the same thing over here. So for example, here again I'm creating a line. Now here again I'm going for DT enter. Because the last time we used the middle justification, this is the middle justification currently active. Okay, so I just need to specify the point. Because we used the height of 3 last time, we can simply press enter to accept it. And again the angle of 0 last time, so we can press enter to accept it. And I can press 1 over here. So here I want my text to say 1. Okay, now what I can do is, again I can delete this middle line which I have created to get the reference point. Now what I can do is I can use copy command to copy this alphabet A from this base point to this base point, again to this one, and finally to this one. Similarly, again I can use my copy command to copy this one over here from this bottom left base point to this one to this one. Now what I can do is, I don't want all this in a very similar way. So I want 1, then here I want 2. So here I'm writing 2, and then here I want 3. So I'm writing 3. So how I did that? I just double clicked on the text. Okay. Now before we write anything over here, I want to mirror everything. So I'm just selecting everything except this vertical line, because this vertical line will be the same. And I'm choosing mirror, MI enter from this endpoint, and I can select the center over here, enter. Now after that I want A over here, then B. I'm just selecting by pressing by single clicking or by double clicking. D, E, F. To come out of edit mode, you can click in the blank area. G, then H, then I, J. So this is what I have written over here. Now what I can do next is, I can select almost everything except for these 2 horizontal lines. Okay, so I'm not selecting the 2 horizontal lines. Again I'm using mirror to get this all on the other side. And here let's say I want to double click and type 4, then 5, and then 6 over here. So again I'll try to type because it was not entered. So 6 over here, again over here 4, 5, and 6. So this is how I can create my borders. Now once my borders are ready, I need a table here. Now to get the table, what I can do is, either I can create a table, okay, which we have already done in a previous video. Okay, I will link that video in the description below, or else we can select the existing table what I have selected right now, and I can press Ctrl C, that is for copy. Then I can go to the current drawing in which I need the table. I can press Ctrl V, that is for paste, and I can place my table anywhere over here. Now as we can notice, the table is not following the font style. Now it is all because of, in this particular file, if I go to text style, the table is following a standard text style with the Arial format. Okay, but here in this case, in this diagram or in this particular area, the table, okay, itself is not following that particular text style. So I'll go for ST enter, and here in the standard style I'll choose Arial. So I need to go all the way up. So here I can see Arial, I can select Arial, apply and close. Now you can see the text style has been followed perfectly. Now I can move my table from this corner to this corner. Okay. Now once this is done, then I need to create a viewport so that I can see my drawing through this viewport. Now to do that, I'll go for MV enter. Now I can create a polygonal viewport, that is by clicking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and close. Okay, after that I can press enter. Now you can also create a viewport exactly from this corner points, but I'm just roughly creating it and then using the grips to get it to the corner points. So here I'm using the grips to get it to the corner points here. Okay, so I'm attaching the viewport to the corner points, and finally after attaching this, our process of creating the table is almost done. So I'll just attach this properly over here. Okay, so this is how we can actually create a title block or a sheet template. Now once the sheet is created, I want to make it usable for all of my drawings in future. And to do so, I have to click on File or the application button of AutoCAD. I need to go to Save As, and here I can choose Drawing Template. Or if you go for normal save, okay, if you go for normal save, you can just change this to DWT, the file type to DWT, and then you can name it whatever you want. For example, I'm going to name it CAD Cube 360. And if you want to give any description, you can do that, and I can click OK. So here now it is saved in .dwt format. I want to rename this layout, so I can simply double click on the layout and I can type A4, okay, A4 CC 360. So this is a A4 sheet which is for CAD Cube 360, and again I can save the file just by pressing Ctrl S. Okay, now once the updates are saved, once everything is saved, what I can do is I can technically close this drawing. Okay, so let's say I don't want, yes, I want to save the drawing. Okay, I can close this drawing as well. Now I can open any of my previous drawing or any drawing which I even haven't created. Okay, so let's say for example, I'm opening the practice drawing file itself. Now here I want that layout for printing. Okay, I want that layout for printing. What I can technically do is I can simply add a layout. Okay, if I want to, okay, by pressing the plus button here. But this way of adding the layout will not bring me my actual layout. So whenever I want my layout from a template, I can right click on any existing layout and choose this option called From Template. Now once I choose this option From Template, it will give me the list of templates which I have already created. So I can select this template called CAD Cube 360. I can click on Open, and here it will ask me to choose the layout which you want to import. So I want to import the A4CC 360 layout, and here I can click OK. Now once I do that, I can go to the layout, I can double click inside the viewport and decide what need to be printed. So for example, I'm going for Z enter, O enter objects. So here, this is the object I want to get it printed, and this is how I want to place it in the print. So this part is easily done. Okay. Not only that, I don't want this yellow color over here. So I'll just change that yellow color to, let's say, blue. So it is more prominent, more highlighted. Okay. So this is all I have explained in the previous session itself. Okay. So this is how I want to take the printout of this geometry. So I can now press Ctrl P. I can say I want to continue plotting a single sheet. Okay, if you are getting the message, I can click OK. I can save it wherever I want to, and it will be plotted and it will be open in AutoCAD. Now in PDF. Now the problem here is, as you can notice, there are certain elements which are not visible. Like for example, here the table is not visible. Okay, and here the hatching is not visible. Now why is that? That question I have asked you already in the previous video. The answer is because they are all present in the def point layer. So if I select the table, you can see it is present in the def point layer. So I'll just move it to 0 layer. Similarly, if I select the hatch, okay, so if I go back to the model tab, and if I try to select the hatch, it is also present in the def point layer. So if I go to home tab, it is also present in the def point layer, so I'll move it to 0 layer. So it is always important that whenever you create a drawing, nothing should be there in the def point layer. If you have anything in the def point layer, it will not be visible, okay, in the printout, and there is no other way to make it. So here again I am doing the printout, and now in this case I am getting the hatches perfectly created. Also, I'm getting my title block perfectly created. Okay, not only that, if I want to update the values, I can also do that. For example, here in the title column, I want to write something after the title. Let's say this is drawing or drawing of component. So I can do that. Here I can say the drawing number. So drawing number is 01032. This is revision number or revision A. This is sheet number 1. Okay, the material is going to be, let's say, CS, carbon steel. The scale, okay, coming back to the topic of scale, this is something which is very important. Let's say I want to take the print in 1:2 scale. Okay, so I want to take the print in particular scale. So what I can do, I can select my viewport. Okay, it's very important to select the viewport. And here in the bottom right corner, you can see the scale. Currently, it is having 0.6. So I can change the scale to, let's say, 1:2. And now the scale is perfectly set to 1:2. If I don't zoom in or zoom out. Okay, so now the scale is perfectly set to 1:2. Similarly, if I click over here and choose 1:1, this will be now properly set to 1:1. So if your drawing is fitting with a proper scale of 1:1, you can also do that. And that way you can also take the print in a proper scale. Okay. So I hope you got the clear idea about how to take the print in AutoCAD and also how to create a template for yourself. Now, one more thing I want to note over here, I want you to note that is if you're creating a new file and if you know that you are going to use this template, you can always start a new drawing from a template using this option and you can choose your template itself. Now, by doing that, if you create anything in your model tab, it will be automatically visible in your layout. So you don't have to add the layout separately. Okay, so you can always do that. And obviously you can save the drawing with a new name anywhere you want to, and it will not disturb your original layout. Okay. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you are understanding the videos quite well. I hope you are getting it perfectly. And I hope you have followed the entire video series in which we have learned how to use AutoCAD for industry standards. Now I'll be creating some videos in Hindi as well. Okay, especially the one which we are seeing right now or watching right now. This video will also be created in Hindi separately so that you can understand this in more detail. Okay, so thank you everyone for watching. Have a great day.